Hi, this is Polish girl in Cali. So the fourth video that I would like to share with you is about what happened when I chose myself. This video is going to be about my personal journey that is going to lead to the place where I'm now working on this YouTube channel. But I would like to give it more foundation by telling you how I got here. Another thing that I would like to summarize by going through all these steps of my personal journey, like my reflection to what happened, and hopefully give you some ideas how you can make these choices for yourself. My first personal journey, which started at very early stage in my life when I was around 16 years old. Obviously, many teenagers go through like this stage in life where they're getting angry at everything that is happening around them. They want to be different. They're exploring different personalities. Like it's a teenager against the entire world. I was one of those kids. I got in a way fed up with the environment that I was living in. Many of the kids in Poland are learning English, and I always felt like I need to learn English. It's going to benefit me greatly in a future life. I had this amazing idea that I should go and live abroad in order to learn this language properly. And that was also the time that I was really unhappy as a teenager. I went for this exchange, which basically chooses places for you. They chose for me to go to Scotland. Obviously, as you can assume, for a 16 years old girl, it was a traumatizing experience. Living abroad without a family, completely different environment. I was there completely on my own. But a great thing happened there. As I was going to high school there, and with all the things that were going on, how unhappy I was attending art lessons. I had an opportunity to have an amazing art teacher. So these art lessons, they basically became my therapy. I've been exploring myself. I've been feeling so happy during those art lessons. And I felt like this is unbelievable that art can bring such an impact in how I feel. And I had conversations with this teacher, and we basically decided that why don't I apply to college there and continue learning art. Unfortunately, I did not pursue that path. I didn't go to college in Edinburgh. I decided to go back home, finish my school, get the diploma that is necessary if you want to pursue university. The lesson about going to live abroad as a teenager, as a 16 years old girl, was that if you feel really unhappy and stuck, you need to do something to change that. I had this idea in my head that I need to study English. Inner self has an idea sometimes better than you do. Listening to your own inner voice can really pay off. I think if I wouldn't go to Scotland and if I wouldn't be in a bad situation, I would not discover that art and design can be of such a great help, and it can be such a pleasure, and I can make a living out of it in the end. So creating more opportunities for yourself when you feel stuck is the only way to go. As I was in Poland and finishing my high school, I decided to go to math and science class. But at the same time, I was attending architecture lessons. I felt like I need to continue drawing. It was giving me so much joy. And what happened when I was graduating high school, I had a chance to choose between going to regular university, continue learning about math and science, or do something else. And obviously, guess what? What did I choose? I chose school in Amsterdam to learn art and design. Yes, this is what I did. Everyone else was going to study math, architecture, science, but I decided to choose something else. I felt like I have a calling. I need to go live abroad, try it again, do it on my own. Now that I'm a bit older, I think I can handle it. And this is what happened. I went to study art and design in Amsterdam. Now, the second lesson, which connects to my high school experience, was although all your peers are making choices, it doesn't mean it has to be your choice. You should be listening to yourself and what you crave inside. I was craving to live abroad. I was like, I'm definitely not going to live in Poland. I want to experience something else. I love talking in English. I love connecting with people from other countries. And also I love design. I want to pursue that passion. The school in Amsterdam was amazing because it was teaching us about conceptual design, which wasn't taught in Poland at the time. And what was great is that because I was in Scotland, I no longer had a block around talking English. And the school in Amsterdam was teaching in English, which was a great thing. This was what I was looking for. Now that I'm looking back, I definitely feel like I could have chosen studying engineering, right? Now that engineers are paid well and there's just so many opportunities for engineers, I do have a little bit of regrets, but I believe that there was a stronger calling at the time, so I chose that. And as you're going to find out, not everything is lost. I feel like if there are certain things that you really want to pursue, you will have an opportunity later in life. I think everyone has their own path. It doesn't mean that we should be doing what other people are doing. We should be listening to our inner voice. We should know what is our path. And sometimes that is, you're like one sheep that is going to do something very different than the rest, and that's completely fine. Because then you're gonna move, you're going to start working in a different environment, and all of these thoughts, they're going to disappear because now you're surrounded by people that are sharing your path. Like the old path is no longer yours, now you're on a new path. As I was attending art school in Amsterdam, I discovered something amazing, right? I discovered that I have this huge passion for technology. Like all my art projects were basically surrounding around this subject. What happened to me is that I met a guy at the time that was a mobile development engineer, and I started helping him out. So I started doing UX UI design without even knowing what was UX UI at the time. Because I was studying design, I was able to help. So things like slightly started to align in a strange way. Like I had this passion for tech, my boyfriend was working in tech, I could help him out, I was teaching myself. And then guess what? What happened? I started to do freelancing on the side, having my own clients, creating mobile designs for mobile applications, and not only. So by these small things that were happening, like my path started to take shape. The choices that I was making started to make a lot of sense. So the lesson is about me studying design and then doing on the side all the tech things with my boyfriend, and then also doing freelancing was, obviously, if you need money, you're gonna create ways to make money, which is super important. But I think what happened with my boyfriend at the time was that I was just open to helping, learning new things. I just wanted to create more opportunities for myself to be busy. And I was genuinely interested in tech, and I thought that by helping design for these mobile applications, I'm also gonna get closer to the thing that I really want to explore. The interesting thing was when I decided that I'm going to pursue UX UI design, which stands for user experience, user interface design. At the time, I was also working on a movie. I was in Spain, I was going to Paris, like collaborating with other artists, working on a movie. But as you're going to find out, these type of things that are close to you, you really wanted to explore, they are not going anywhere. They are gonna stay with you. Listen to me. Now that I'm having my own clients, I just graduated from art school in Amsterdam. I randomly decided, and I was also like in a weak place at the time, like I wasn't sure where I want to go. I was a little bit fed up with Amsterdam as it was a very small community. Like wherever you go, you see the same faces. Like I couldn't really find my place. I wanted to work in tech. I didn't feel like Amsterdam at the time was so much about the tech. I'm sure it has changed over time. Wanted this to be about something else. I wasn't sure what is next. I wasn't sure what next step I should take. I decided to randomly show my graduation work and go to Barcelona. It was the craziest thing that I've done in a long time. And what happened, so I did show my graduation work, but I met someone there from the United States. And what happened, we became sort of close. We were vibing on a good level. And one day, after that Barcelona trip, I get a message if I want to come to United States. I said, yes, why not? Let's go to United States. I've never been to US. I never thought I would be going to US. And guess what? My friend was living in a Silicon Valley, which is basically like the capital of the tech world, which is so hard to imagine, like how things can get aligned, like in a moment when you least expect it. The story with showing my work in Spain and making the super random decision was probably the most life-changing experience. So sometimes the most random things can bring the most amazing results. So the lesson here is we should be exposing ourselves to the most random things. But of course, it wasn't random because I wanted to show my work, my graduation work. I felt my work deserves to be seen elsewhere. And I also really wanted to travel. I love traveling, so I thought, why not combine these two amazing events together? And being in Barcelona made me extremely happy because I was sort of stuck, like I wanted to do something else. So again, if you feel stuck in your life, go on a journey, maybe make a purpose for this journey. But creating more opportunities, changing your environment, also your perspective will change.